What's up guys, Carly here. I have been challenged by our Studio 10 team to come up with a recipe and cook it for you guys for our Friday segment in the kitchen on Studio 10, and I am up for the challenge. So I have come up with something that I think you guys are really gonna like, and I'm getting it out of this blue binder. This is actually a very special book that my mom put together a few years ago for me and one for my sister as well. And it is full of recipes from different women in our lives who have just been an inspiration. Maybe they're a family member. So super duper special. And one of the recipes that I've chosen is actually from my granny. She passed away a while back, but I thought it would be awesome to sort of honor her in this way. So I'll show you a little sneak peek. Let's everybody say, "Aww, aww." And then here she is, back in the day. What a beauty. So here are some of her recipes, and I just was flipping through the other day, and I stumbled upon Cobbler. And y'all, this recipe, so easy. You're gonna be surprised at how easy it is. So let's get started. You only need a few ingredients. And I'm so sorry, but this is done from my kitchen at home, and so you're hearing some background noise. And it's my puppy. So don't pay attention to her. She's just having a little fun. Anyways, let's get started. I moved the recipe out of the binder onto my little recipe rack here, so it's much easier to follow along to. And y'all, when I say this recipe is easy, only 5 ingredients is all you need. Just 5 ingredients. So you need butter, sugar, milk, flour, and your fruit. And today my fruit of choice is peaches. I went with the big can here, so that's all you need. The recipe calls for 2 cups of fruit, so this is the perfect amount here. And the first thing you want to do is obviously heat your oven up. Okay, so now since we've got our oven preheating, it's time to mix together the dry ingredients so that we can put it into our casserole dish, or in this case, cobbler dish, in order to bake it. So first we need a cup of flour, which I have in the bowl already, 1 cup of white sugar, a little extra, never hurt nobody, and then 1 cup of milk. So the recipe actually calls for 1 cup sugar, 3/4 cup flour, and 3/4 cup milk. However, I prefer, and I guess I got this from my mom, who kind of redid this herself, a little extra breading on my cobbler. So if you're like that, then just go ahead and do 1 cup of each, and it makes it much easier to memorize and much easier to measure out. So you just get a spoon and just mix all of this together. Super easy. It makes a good crust. I also melted 1 stick of butter into the bottom of the dish there, and I'm gonna pour this on top of that whenever it gets mixed together. You know, it gives that little buttery flavor that everybody loves. Okay, so I have my batter all mixed together, you know, good enough. And so I'm gonna take the can of peaches that I have. I actually dumped a little bit of the juice out just because there was an overwhelming amount and you don't want it liquidy. But of course you can keep that in there. And I did leave a little bit in there as well to keep it a little bit moist. So I am putting those peaches there over the melted butter that I have in the dish already. And I got the sliced peaches. That's pretty important, so it gives you a little less work to do. If you got the halves or the whole peaches, perfectly fine. Just make sure you slice those up in bite-sized pieces. And after you put the fruit in there of your choice, you just pour over the batter over. And this is gonna bake really nicely, and we're gonna have a buttery crust and crispy, just the way you like it, just like Grandma made it. Okay, so we're just gonna pop this in the oven. It should bake for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your oven. And then we will be back to check on it in just a little bit. Shake. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, y'all, it's time. Oh my gosh. Look at that, y'all. Crispy, buttery, fluffy. Oh yes, perfection. Time for the taste test, and as I'm looking at it, I already know exactly what it's going to taste like. I've had this so many times growing up, not just with peaches, but with blackberry. Crust is perfectly buttery and browned with a little crisp. Peaches are tender. It is absolutely perfect. Yep, perfect. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know on my Facebook or Twitter page.